In today's video, we're taking a look at the workflow in Final Cut Pro with multiple monitors. And don't be scared guys, I have recorded this video in another language, but I will translate it for you. Enjoy watching. And now guys, let's take a look at using two monitors simultaneously in Final Cut Pro. And as you can see from the camera behind me, I have my main monitor with my laptop and also this secondary monitor. And it's a 4K monitor and it's now working in audio video output setting. Right here in Final Cut Pro settings in window, we can choose the audio video output. But this function is not active at all times. And I've disabled this function, and as you can tell, we don't have the image on the right anymore. And if I turn it back on, we see the image on the right once again. And it doubles the preview window, so if I hit play, you can see that it's now playing on both screens. So on the right you see the full screen, full size image, and on the left we see a tiny preview. But this function works only in native resolutions. If we go into settings, displays, we have two displays, the built-in display and also the external display. And we can arrange those as well. So right here I have my main display with a little gray bar on top, and we have a secondary display with this little landscape. And we arrange them the same way as they are on the table right now. And we can choose if it will be a main display or an extended display or the mirror display, which is actually useless. So for us, we have the main display of the MacBook Pro and the extended display, which is located on the right. But guys, take a closer look at the resolution. Right now we have Full HD 1920 by 1080, and in this resolution it works correctly. Or we have the Ultra HD 3840 by 2160. And I've switched to 4K right now, but as you can see on the right screen, the cursor is now super tiny. And when we pick the Ultra HD resolution, the scaling is super tiny. Let me turn off the audio video output, and as you can tell, the cursor and the menus themselves are super tiny. That is why I do prefer to stick to Full HD in my settings. And as you can see on the right screen, right now we have bigger cursor and bigger menus. Yes, it's not pixel to pixel resolution, but still we're able to use the audio video output in Final Cut Pro. But if you are only using your secondary monitor just for audio video output in 4K, it's okay. But if you use it for different things like the Safari browser or something like this, the 1080p would be a sweet spot. But if you want to monitor your image on the secondary display in terms of color, it has to be a better quality display, it has to have a 4K or 1080p native resolution, and also it has to be calibrated. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense to monitor this image on a secondary display. But guys, what if we change the resolution, for example, for a default resolution, which is not 1080p or 4K? Yeah, this one is a bit weird, so let's go to the high DPI setting with a different resolution. But what if we change the resolution to a different one, not 1080p and not Ultra HD? Let's go to show all resolutions, and now let's try 1080p high DPI setting. And high DPI makes the image appear more detailed and more sharp, while still having the 1080p resolution. And if we go to the Windows settings, we don't have the audio video output setting anymore, it's grayed out. It means that in high DPI settings or other non-native resolutions, the audio video output is not enabled. So if you want to use the audio video output, you have to stick to 1080p, non-high DPI, or the Ultra HD. So I have switched to the native 1080p, and right now we have the audio video output setting back. But if you don't need the audio video output setting, how else you can use the secondary monitor with Final Cut Pro? Okay, let's disable the audio video output and we can go into the Windows settings or to this little icon on the top right. Here we can choose different presets for the secondary monitor. For example, you can put your timeline onto the secondary monitor. For instance, if you have a really complex project which has like levels and levels of video on top of each other, it's easier to work with such timeline on a secondary monitor. Also, you can choose your viewer to be on the secondary screen. It means that you'll have your preview window right there and also the scopes. Scopes visually represent your image in terms of exposure, the brightness, the contrast, the white balance, etc. And I have a separate video on YouTube about color grading in Final Cut Pro, and in that video I do break down the scopes a lot. I'll leave a link down below. When you're using the secondary display for the preview, you have a very big and bright image on the right and all of your timeline, browser, and your inspector on the left, and it's super easy and versatile to work with. And the final option is having your browser on a secondary display, and it's the most convenient in my opinion. So usually you have your browser window on the left and it makes the preview window slightly smaller, but then if you put it to the secondary display, you'll have a huge display with your browser and also pretty big display with the preview window. And of course you can drag and drop files from the browser window to your timeline. You can also use your iPad as a secondary display. We have a feature called SideCar, but guys, keep in mind that the SideCar has pretty terrible colors. So if you even used your iPad, I would suggest using your iPad as an additional browser window, as I'm showing you right now on the screen, because for color grading, it's a no-go. No matter that the iPad has pretty accurate screen, in the Sidecar mode it works differently. And also the Sidecar can be used wirelessly or with a wired connection, and I would prefer to use the wired connection for more stability and less lags. So these are the options with a secondary display, guys. Of course, you can customize each and every workspace for your likings, you can readjust the scale of the browser window, etc. So everything is highly customizable, and for some people it is really handy to work on both displays using the secondary display, but I rarely use the secondary display in Final Cut Pro. For my 16-inch MacBook Pro, it's enough of space for me to work with most of my videos on a single built-in display. You can change the workspaces of the secondary display either through this little icon or through the window menu, and then you go to show in secondary display and choose browser, viewers or timeline. And once again, if you want to use the audio video output setting, you have to use the native resolutions 1080p or the Ultra HD. And the monitor has to be either 1080p or Ultra HD as well. 10x16 monitors wouldn't work at all. And one more thing, guys, if you want to make your external display as the main display and use your built-in MacBook Pro display as the reference monitor or as a secondary monitor, it won't be able to use the audio video output because the resolution of the MacBook Pro is not native 4K or not native 1080p. Keep that in mind, because the MacBook Pro's screen is a 16x10 screen, not a 16x9. That is why I highly recommend using your built-in display as the main display and then your external display as the extended display option. But guys, you don't have to use Final Cut Pro on both screens. You can also use the secondary display for your Finder, for example, as I'm showing you right now on the screen, or you can watch a YouTube video from my channel or something like this. And one more thing, guys, keep in mind that not all the MacBooks support multiple monitors. Of course, you can use 2 external monitors or even 3 external monitors with your MacBook, but still, guys, keep in mind that not all MacBooks support multiple external displays. For example, M1 Pro MacBook Pro supports 2 and M1 Max supports up to 4 external displays. So first of all, check if your MacBook supports multiple external displays before you try to connect those. If you did enjoy this video, guys, smash the like and subscribe buttons and hit the notifications bell, and right here I have a full playlist of Final Cut Pro tutorials, so you can watch one of those next. See you in the next video, guys, take care, bye.